Ready to do a deep dive into a classic.
That's fun.
Today we are diving into Charles Dickens, A Tale of Two Cities.
A Tale of Two Cities.
It's a good one, right?
It's a classic for a reason.
I feel like even if you haven't picked it up since high school, you probably remember some of those iconic opening lines.
Oh, absolutely.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
You can't forget that.
Dickens really knew how to set the stage, and he doesn't disappoint.
No, he does not. Dickens plunges us right into 1775.
Okay.
London and Paris.
Two very different cities.
But both on the brink of extraordinary change.
Yeah. Dickens really captures the feeling of the era.
Right. You can feel the simmering unrest in France.
Yeah, and at the same time you have the relative stability over in England.
Right. But even with those differences, both societies are grappling with inequalities. And change is coming.
Yeah, it's like Dickens is saying, look beneath the surface.
Right.
Things are about to explode.
And then he drops us right into this world with these unforgettable characters.
Oh, absolutely. A fascinating mix of personalities. You've got Charles Darnay, this French aristocrat, who embodies this internal struggle between privilege and justice. And he actually renounces his family name.
Wow.
And flees to England for a fresh start.
Wow, what a life change.
I know, right? And then you have Dr. Manette.
Oh, gosh, Dr. Manette.
A man who has looked into the abyss and emerged forever changed.
And can you imagine spending years in prison, unjustly imprisoned?
And the toll it takes. But yet, he finds this solace, redemption, through his daughter Lucy.
Lucy Manette.
Lucy Manette.
Yeah.
This beacon of compassion and grace.
She's an important character.
The emotional center. And she draws the devotion of not one, but two men.
Oh, that's right.
Charles Darnay, who represents stability, and Sydney Carton.
Oh, Sydney Carton. Now, he is a character that you don't soon forget.
No, you don't.
He is so cynical, so disillusioned, but underneath it all, there's something else.
There's a capacity for love, selflessness.
That even he doesn't understand.
Yeah. And then there's Madame Defarge.
Oh, yes, Madame Defarge.
This force of nature.
She's a powerful woman.
She embodies that fury of the French Revolution.
Oh, okay.
That resentment towards the aristocracy. You could feel it.
Yeah, she's out for revenge.
No doubt about it.
So we have all these characters, but then we also have the setting.
Yeah.
And this is where Dr. Manette's story is so important, right?
Oh, it's crucial.
Because it shows us the horrors of the Bastille.
Exactly. It wasn't just a prison.
Right.
It represented something far more sinister.
So the Bastille, it wasn't just a building.
Yeah.
It was like this symbol
of the monarchy.
Of the cruelty.
The cruelty, the French monarchy.
Yeah.
A system failing.
Yeah.
Remember when he reverts to shoemaking?
Oh, gosh, yes.
Even in freedom.
Yeah.
The past haunts him.
And that's what Dickens does so well.
So well.
He shows how the past can affect the present.
You can't escape it.
Even today, I think that's something that we can all relate to.
Absolutely. And, you know, in a way, the doctor's struggle mirrors what's happening in France.
Oh, how so?
The old order is dying, but what's next?
Yeah, good question.
We're all asking that question.
That's a good point, right?
Yeah.
What comes next?
And that's what makes this story so compelling.
So Dickens has woven this tale
Yes.
of love and sacrifice.
Amidst all this chaos.
And hope.
Yes, even hope.
Okay, so we have these amazing characters. We have this historical backdrop. Where do we go from here?
Well, their lives are about to collide in ways they couldn't possibly imagine.
You can practically feel it, right? The energy in the streets, the desire for change.
But also that underlying threat of violence.
It was a dangerous time.
Oh, absolutely. Dickens doesn't sugarcoat it. He shows the brutality.
Yeah.
The guillotine, always present. This symbol, constantly reminding us of the stakes, how fragile life is during a revolution.
Yeah, you could lose your head at any moment.
And it's in this world of chaos that Charles Darnay...
Oh, Charles Darnay, what is he thinking?
He feels this pull back to Paris.
He's made a life for himself in England. He's in love.
He has, but the past, it has a hold on him.
So what happens? He gets a letter.
A letter from a former servant, someone who worked on his family's estate.
Okay.
And he's pleading for help.
Oh, gosh. He has to go back.
He feels this sense of duty, this responsibility.
And it's incredibly risky.
It is. We're talking about the reign of terror here.
Right, if they find out who he really is.
Exactly.
Suspicion is everywhere.
God, even reading it, it's like...
I know, it's palpable.
It makes you think of what would I do?
Right. How would you react?
Would I risk everything to help?
It's a powerful question.
It is. And you know what else always gets me?
What's that?
It's that image of the wood sawyer.
Oh, yeah.
Sharpening his blade. It's like every tick of that blade is another moment passing.
Another life on the line.
Another life on the line, exactly.
For Lucy. Gosh, can you imagine?
I know, she's living a nightmare.
Her husband's a prisoner.
Imprisoned in the force.
Just waiting, hoping.
It's agonizing.
Absolutely agonizing.
And you have Mr. Lorry.
Oh, yes. Mr. Lorry, always trying to do the right thing.
He's practical. Always thinking, how do we get through this?
But even he's struggling.
He is. He's trying to maintain order.
And then there's Dr. Manette.
Yes, Dr. Manette.
He's already suffered so much.
He has.
Now this.
It's like his past is a guide.
In what way?
He's seen the worst of humanity.
Yeah.
But he's also seen incredible strength, resilience.
Oh, I see. So he's able to be strong for Lucy.
Exactly. He's her rock in this storm.
He understands her pain in a way that most people can't.
Exactly. And you know what's even more remarkable?
What's that?
His time in the Bastille.
Yeah.
It actually helps him navigate this new prison.
He's able to help.
He gets a job tending to the prisoners in La Force.
Wow.
Hoping he can help Darnay.
That's incredible.
It is, but even with all his strength,
yeah,
the trial, it doesn't go well for Darnay.
What happened?
The revolution wants someone to pay.
Yeah.
They see Darnay, and they don't care that he's renounced his past.
Oh, no.
He represents the aristocracy.
Oh, no. This is bad.
And that's the danger of revolutions, isn't it?
What's that?
They can easily become about revenge, not justice.
It's like a cycle.
Exactly, a cycle of violence.
Oh, gosh, this isn't looking good.
And during the trial, something incredible happens. A letter surfaces.
A letter?
Yeah, a letter from the past.
What's in it?
It's from Dr. Manette.
What?
He wrote it while he was a prisoner in the Bastille.
What does it say?
And it changes everything.
How so?
It reveals a truth that could doom Darnay.
What truth?
A truth about his family's past.
Oh, this is bad.
It's like the past is reaching out.
To punish him?
To punish him, exactly.
It's like the past has come back to haunt him, all because of this letter.
And it really highlights this idea of cyclical revenge.
Yeah, totally. It's like Dickens is saying you can't escape history.
The sins of the father.
It's a powerful message. And for Darnay, this letter, it's basically a death sentence.
The courtroom, it becomes this arena where past and present collide.
Yeah.
And Darnay, he's caught in the middle.
Does he even stand a chance at this point?
It doesn't look good.
Everyone's hoping for a miracle, but...
But the revolution,
it
demands a victim.
It's heartbreaking, you know? You've got Lucy.
Yeah.
She's completely distraught. Dr. Manette, he's beside himself.
Of course.
And even Mr. Lorry, he's at a loss for words.
It seems like all hope is lost.
Yeah, but this is where the story takes that unforgettable turn, right?
Is it?
Sydney Carton.
Sydney Carton.
He steps forward.
He does.
He's like a different person now.
Remember all that cynicism, that despair he carried with him?
Yeah.
It's gone.
What happens?
He sees in Darnay's fate a chance.
A chance for what?
Redemption?
For Darnay or for Carton?
For himself. Remember that promise he made to Lucy?
The promise that he would do anything for her.
Anything.
Wow, so he's going to try to save Darnay.
He sees a connection.
Yeah.
He sees himself in Darnay.
Both linked to Lucy.
But where Darnay represents hope,
yeah,
Carton sees himself as a shadow.
So what does he do?
He hatches this daring plan.
What is he thinking?
He's going to use their resemblance.
Oh, wow. Okay. He's going to impersonate Darnay.
He's going to take his place.
He's going to face the guillotine.
He is.
Oh, my gosh. That's incredible.
It's an act of love, of sacrifice.
Yeah.
That's almost unimaginable.
He's willing to give up his life for her.
He knows he can never truly have her.
Right.
But this is how he shows his love.
And Dickens doesn't shy away from the tension.
No, he doesn't.
As they get closer and closer to the execution.
The desperation is palpable.
It's like you can feel the clock ticking down.
And that scene in the prison cell?
Where they switch clothes.
It's unforgettable.
It gives me chills just thinking about it.
Carton, he's so calm, so resolved.
Yeah.
He's found his purpose.
In death.
Yes, and sacrificing himself for Lucy.
And then there's that moment.
Which moment?
With the seamstress.
Oh, yes, on the way to the guillotine.
He comforts her.
He does, even though he's facing his own mortality.
It's a small act of kindness.
But it speaks volumes.
It really does. And then those final words.
It is a far, far better thing that I do
than I have ever done.
It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known.
Oh, just wow.
Even in death, he finds peace.
It's a powerful moment. And then Dickens, he does something really interesting.
What's that?
He shifts our focus to the future.
To Lucy and Darnay.
They're safe in England.
Starting a new life.
And their son.
He's named after Carton.
It's like a tribute to his sacrifice.
Exactly. A reminder that even in the darkest of times,
hope can endure.
Love can triumph.
And that's the power of A Tale of Two Cities, right?
Absolutely.
It's a story that stays with you long after you finish reading it.
It makes you think.
About justice, about sacrifice.
About what it truly means to be alive.
And maybe, just maybe, it inspires us to be a little bit better, a little bit braver.
To embrace the complexities of life.
To fight for what we believe in.
And to cherish the moments we have.
Well said.
Thank you.
And there you have it. Our deep dive into Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities.
A classic for a reason.
Until next